Finally, the Cobra has come back to the movies!
What up, big kids? Here's my big review of G.I. Joe Retaliation in 3D. Warning, major spoilers ahead. Now, this movie it takes place right after G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra, unfortunately. No, but I actually was a fan of that movie, even though it did things to characters that I didn't get, like Duke and Baroness were like engaged, and then Baroness and Cobra Commander are brother, and they named Cobra Commander Rex, and what the hell? And then like how Baroness is supposed to be Russian, but yet she's played by a British woman who plays American. Yeah, I can go on to that anyway. But I still like G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra, even though, you know, I liked the little quotes. I liked that they said Yo Joe. They didn't really say Cobra because it was the Rise of Cobra, but I like, you know, knowing it's half the battle. And I love that they had Scarlet and, you know, Snake Eyes Duke and all that stuff. Now with this movie, let me get to the bad first. So if you're a big G.I. Joe fan, like whether it's a cartoon, comics, whatever, like there's definitely some things that definitely bother me. One, unlike the first movie, they didn't say Yo Joe once. They went like hoo-ha, but that's like, you know, Marine thing, not a, you know, a G.I. Joe thing. And Cobra is obviously in this movie big time, and they don't go Cobra, you know, at all, which I would have loved. No knowing is half the battle, or Kung Fu grip lines. Even though I know that's very cheesy, I would have liked, you know, some of the line, but I guess since they did it in the first movie, they didn't want to do that. And then second, the characters, some characters were totally written off. Like, what the hell happened to Scarlet and Ripcord, Heavy Duty, Breaker, General Hawk? No mention of them whatsoever. Duke, okay, major spoiler, is killed off, and I thought it was going to be like the whole G.I. Joe movie, first movie, where, you know, he's thinks they're going to kill him off and they put him in a coma, then he comes back at the end. Nope, he like literally gets exploded, and yeah, very Michael Bay style. And I did not like that whatsoever, because Duke is one of my favorite G.I. Joe characters, and same with Scarlet, and their Duke is only in the movie in the very, very beginning, and Scarlet's not even mentioned, especially with Scarlet had your whole thing with Duke and Snake Eyes, but yet no mention. What the hell, man? What the hell? Anyway, and then yeah, like what happened to Heavy Duty, General Hawk. Yeah, like Duke is, I guess, now in control of the G.I. Joes, but what the hell? So why is he General Duke? Ugh. And then characters like Destro is mentioned, and he's kind of shown, but like when Storm Shadow breaks out himself and a Cobra Commander, which you still see Cobra Commander still has that kind of facial thing, like the actor is trying to look like just Gordon-Levitt, how he looked as Cobra Commander, Mindbender, whatever, but he looks different. You know, it's a different actor and stuff, but at least they got him to look like the cool mask, and he had that kind of like deep voice. He didn't have that Cobra, you know, voice, but like the Chris Latta or even Charlie Adler voice. But he definitely looked awesome, and I wish there was more of him. But yeah, he pretty much said, Destro, you're out of the team. It's like, or out of the game or something like that, and they just leave him, and I'm like, okay. And Zart, they pretty much had to, instead of rebooting it, which they should have, they pretty much had to make it a sequel, you know, so they had to still follow the whole Zartan as the president line, which I thought was cool. I thought that would be a cool, you know, storyline. And then they kind of took elements, you know, from the comics, and then also the G.I. Joe Resolute, which I absolutely love, my favorite version of G.I. Joe. But yeah, like, it was definitely like, you know, just some things with the characters, like how Roadblock, I know it's The Rock, WWE champion in the movie, but he shouldn't have been second in command or whatever. It should have been Flint. And DJ Court, whatever his name is, who plays him, he like Flint is like one of my favorite characters too. And then he, besides like the little nod to him and Lady J's relationship, yeah, he's hardly in the movie, and the only time he wears his beret is like at the very end when they're all wearing it. So yeah, I would wish that he would like that, like he was just partial to it. And I know so Flint was really wasted, and same with Jinx. She was cool, for what you have, but yeah, like not as used. So yeah, like that was like the bad. Just certain characters were changed, and like Joel Colton was great, but yeah, it just felt like a way to get Bruce Willis in there, which awesome. But I love Bruce Willis, but yeah, so just wish that they brought back characters or explain why they weren't there, and they just were very lazy about that. Now let's talk about the good. So the good is this movie is better than Rise of Cobra. Even though, like I said, I liked it, this movie is the G.I. Joe movie we deserve, not the one we needed, if that makes sense. So the action was really awesome. Love the scene with Snake Eyes and Jinx, with Storm Shadow and the ninjas. That was awesome on the mountain. I love the scene, like final battle, of course, and the battle with Firefly breaking out Cobra Commander. By the way, also besides the action moments, which were really cool, not super over the top, somewhere a little over the top like the mountain scene, but not as crazy over the top like those suits and one like because as much as G.I. Joe had some high tech stuff, not like that crazy Mega Man like Transformer mech tech suits that they had in the first one. Like I said, this was more military ground based and everything. And yeah, like I loved. I thought the acting for the main actors did a great job for the most part. Dwayne Johnson did a great job as Roadblock. Like I said, people were upset. Well, he's not full African American, even though he is like half African American and Samoan. So yeah, I think he did a great job as Roadblock. And I mean, like they done that with characters like Ripcord. They made turned him African American. So and they didn't even anyway. I thought. Jonathan Pryce, who played Zartan as the president, was really great as capturing Zartan. Arnold was, the mummy who played Rose Zartan. You saw him for bits and pieces, when they're showing him go back. Ray Park was awesome as Snake Eyes, just not talking but kicking ass. I loved Brandon Lee, what's his name, that played Storm Shadow. Brong Hung Lee. He was awesome, Storm Shadow. And by the way, they pretty much made Storm Shadow. They never explained why he came back. I'm guessing the nanomites that healing whatever. And then but not only did he come back, but then he became good or kind of joined forces with the G.I. Joes to stop Zartan, because Zartan was the one that framed them for killing their master, which was a cool angle and stuff. And I was glad to see that they didn't kill off Storm Shadow again, because he's awesome. And I knew that some bad guys were going to be killed off, like Zartan got killed off by Storm Shadow, and Firefly freaking exploded. His death was like crazy over top, like with his little Firefly things. But one thing that was another thing, Ray Stevenson, I love him, but I hate how, same with Storm Shadow, characters that are always known for wearing masks, because of the whole actors, they have to show their face. They're supposed to be wearing masks, especially Firefly that doesn't want anyone to see his face. He pretty much takes off his mask a lot, so that gets annoying and stuff. I mean, the actor that played Cobra Commander, you see his face for a bit, but that's just because they broke him out, and he's like, and then you don't see his face at all, thank God. Like I said, but his death was over top, but I just didn't like that. I knew that they were going to kill off some Cobra guys, like, hopefully Destro's not fully dead. Firefly pretty much is dead, and Zartan, unless they do a nanomite thing. But yeah, because Cobra Commander got away. They never explained that. He got away, and even though he freaking blew up London, it's like, wow, you blew up London, and it didn't seem to resonate that London is gone and millions of people are dead, but whatever. So that was one little thing that bothered me. Like, that ending seemed a little rushed at times, but I'm sorry, like, that was the only bad thing too. But no, I really thought it was really awesome action, and like the actors did great. We'll love to see more Duke and Scarlet and any of them, but the action was awesome. It seemed more military based and not so over the top. And I loved seeing Cobra Commander in there. I loved I just wish we saw like Destro and Baroness. They never explained Baroness too. But anyway, like I said, G.I. Joe. Oh, so here's the big thing: the 3D. The 3D was worth waiting an extra 8 months to see G.I. Joe in 3D, kind of. The 3D was good at times, like with the ninja stars or any type of targeting thing, and it had some moments, but it wasn't like the best 3D ever. I still think like How to Train Your Dragon or whatever still better 3D, but yeah, it's definitely better than like other post 3D movies like Avatar: The Last Airbender and Clash of the Titans, but yeah, this movie for the G.I. Joe hardcore fan, there's gonna be some things that bother you. For the summer blockbuster fans, you'll really enjoy it, especially seeing Dwayne Johnson and Bruce Willis in there. Like I said, if you go with it not being like it's going to be truly true to the source material and they have to deal with the whole Rise of Cobra sequel, you'll enjoy it and stuff. But yeah, if you're a big G.I. Joe fan, there'll be some things that will definitely like get under your skin. But anyway, my final verdict for G.I. Joe Retaliation is a 4 out of 5. Like I said, a really awesome action film. The 3D was good. Like I said, I would probably recommend seeing this matinee or just don't see it in 3D. But yeah, I definitely like it, and I definitely recommend it. It was awesome. So for the more geek news, reviews, podcasts, and more, go to bkbn.net. I'm Sean Long. Remember, celebrate your gnome in a big way.
Go to bkbn.net. Go to bkbn.net. Go to bkbn.net. I tell you to go. Go now.